ILEG technology screens. Why? So every time I put my stand down, there's the most jacked up stuff under my desk blocking everything. Just literally blocking everything from my stand from doing its job. All right, let me get my lens cleaned here a little bit here. Kind of clean it up a little bit in here. There we go. Get it cleaned up. There we go. I got a Q-tip around here somewhere. Anyway, let's talk about a few things today that are very important. These are things you should be seeing in demonstrations. There, that's better. There's some things you should be seeing in demonstrations that are very important. And there are things that are not talked about and discussed in demonstrations that are extremely important. One of the things is I've seen in demonstrations a lot of expensive projectors and very poor quality. First things first, if I didn't mention already, I think I did it already, but I'm not sure, but we'll do it again. My name is Kenneth Burr. My company is ILEG, soon about to change. Technology screens. We develop a black technology screen paints and some interesting front and rear technology that's allowed you to use our projection screens for daytime use. So basically what we have here, we specialize in ambient light projection, especially black technology, to show you that you're not getting exactly what you paid for, and sometimes some of you are paying just way too much money, like way too much money. So my projector I'm using here is a Sony VPL CX100. I'll show you the projector here. I'm gonna put my charger. So that's my Sony right there. Run to the front here, and you will see the model number, which is a, if I can get it in the shot, which is a Sony VPL CX100 projector right there. All right, so this projector right here is a WXGA model, and I got it on eBay for $10, which I was quite shocked, to tell you the truth, because I didn't think it was going to be working when I got it here, but it was. It's working perfecttly fine. So this projector is a very old model, and I'm going to show you in the demonstration how we can make a projector like this look incredible with our screen paint products without spending all this money. Let's go over here. I think we're definitely on keyboard and mouse today on this one. Is my stand sitting there shrinking? I'm thinking slowly pushing down, like my stand pushing down. There we go. Time to get a new stand. Are we running? There we go. Now we're running. So again, this projector cost me $10 and 25. No, sorry. Yeah, it cost me $10. Straight $10. That's what it cost me. A little more was just shipping costs, you know what I mean? But it wasn't much, like $27 altogether. But the projector cost me $10. So we can do something in this demonstration that gray and white screens can't do. We can read contrast, we can read color, we pick up amazing color levels, where white and gray screens can't do this. And this is why you're told to go out and spend all this money for these expensive projectors because their screens are failing. We can't read contrast, we'll advise you to go spend more money for contrast. You can't read color correctly, we advise you to calibrate. We can't get the image to pull up correctly because it washes out and fades. We advise you to go out and spend the money for, darken your environments so your screens can pick up. In our demonstrations, we're using a $10 projector, 720p model, and we're able to pull up in a fully lit environment without the screen deteriorating or washing out. Forgot heat blows on this side. Now, for customers that don't want to spend that type of money to begin with, you don't have to. You're not forced in the dark environments. You're not forced into spending money you don't want to spend. This one we're going to be putting in a fixed frame screen pretty soon. And we're going to take the tile screens, and we're going to do something first. We're going to do a checkerboard pattern of white and gray versus the black technology to show you exactly what you're missing. And then we're going to take one of these tile surfaces and do a blend of different colors on it, different of white and gray, and take it on site to show you that not only don't work in commercial environments, but they clearly don't work anyplace else. But to tell you the truth, to explain to you that that's the reason why the projector is costing you so much money, because the screen doesn't function correctly. That's why. You don't really need to spend all that money. Then people say, well, you got to buy 4K, you got a 4K. You got to get 4K because you have to pick up a much more sharper image due to the fact that the gray and white screen can't cut it. And this is what's going to cost you more money. No, I'm not trying to get you to pause. I'm trying to get you to come out of your menu. And we're not looping this. Okie dokie. Let me see. I'm trying to get to come out of his menu. Oh, there you are, right there. Made that much easier for me. Popped up faster. All right, let's go over here and let's grab. Let me see. Bump. Over in this video right here. Come here. Now I'm on my PC right now. I can run text, see everything crystal clear, as you can see. White levels pick up fantastic on our technology. You can read from here with no problem. Let me see. I'm gonna get another video.
When I saw the domain was available, I was like, I'm taking it, I'm trademarking it, I'm going with it. Hi, I'm Aaron, I'm the owner of Couple Hub. I wanted to work.
I don't know about this. I'm gonna mute this. I don't know if that means it's copyright. That's why I don't want to go near it. Because I've actually had played music from here before and hit me with a copyright strike. So we don't play around that. We take that music right off. This is why I usually dump music behind the back of these, because sometimes they have copyrighted music on these. So as you can see, $10 projector. That's it. And we're using it in a well-lit environment, which again, gray and white screens using expensive projectors, which they advise you to buy, have to be in those dark environments to screen or interior. It won't pick up the black levels. It won't actually, it doesn't read black levels, but it won't be to pick up anything at all. So you've been forced to spend all this money for something that if you use it on a gray or white screen, it would be absolutely useless. Like I said, what I'm saying on camera right now, any company right now that develops a gray and white screen can clearly take me to court on this and say, hey, that's not true. But it is true. You don't read contrast. You have to use dark ambient light controlled environments to operate. Tell me where I'm wrong. I can take you to court. You made statements you read a 100% black level. That's not possible. So therefore, as you can see, I'll never come on YouTube and say, hey, I'm getting sued by a company that makes a gray screen or white screen because I said that they don't pick up proper color balance and can't read 100% contrast. Next to that technology over there, the Imperial, you can't even read a white level. Now, the consumer, you should not be paying that type of money. Ever. We don't even pay for it. Now, I want you to look at this. This is the distance show of where my projector is sitting from my screen. And if you notice, my screen is pushed all the way up near the lighting, so it absorbs as much light as possible. And mind you, ultra short those that we just showed you the demonstration sit right on top of the screen. And these demonstrations are watch them for yourself. Every single one of them, dark environment. So how much should you be paying for a projector? Under $200. Now, if you got a 4K receiver and all that crazy stuff in the day, then you're going to spend the money. Because you're going to have to match the equipment that you have for it. If your sound system requires a 4K, you're going to use a 4K for it. Or for gaming, do you need 4K? No, you don't. Not with our technology, we never use it. Not required. Not needed. High-end graphic cards needed? No. I'm running this up at 1050 right now.
The reason we exist is because
None of that is required. The only time it's required because on computers, certain specifications for certain hardware and games will require certain specifications to run. But if it were made so like console, where you really don't have to change out graphic cards for different games, which would be nice, you know. Consoles have that ability. You don't have to really change out a graphic card to play. It plays all forms of games. That's another plus side of console too on top of that. Like I said, I do both PC and console. But yeah, the fact that you don't have to buy a certain graphic card for a certain game, console plays all games under the same graphic card. So, with that being said, either way, and if you have an older model card, it doesn't make a difference. You're still going to be able to pick up an outstanding image. Now, if I can do this at $10, keep in mind, and you got people out there showing off these projectors that cost far more than my $10 projector, and you can't read this. Now they'll say, oh, I can read that. No, you can't. It's black in there. These are OLED demonstrations. Everybody know how OLEDs work. The background is 100% black. You have to read that in this much lighting. This is the reason why we can give projectors away. When I go on site to do a demonstration, I can go pick up a projector for the $20 I got rolling around in my pocket. So this is fantastic for those who've already spent the money for the projector. At least you're going to get what you paid for. You get the most out of your investment. And for those that are buying for the first time, under $200. Think about how much money you're saving. This is why I love talking to customers that have saved up $3,000 for a projector. And they'll say, well, how much money do you think I'm going to spend? I say, none of $3,000. What do you need all that for? Roughly under $200. Go on eBay, get them a projector. When we're using preference in our demonstrations, like $80, some $50, that's it. So mind, you saved $3,000 for a projector, and now you're finding out your machine is only going to cost you under $200. What are you going to do with the extra money? Movie chairs, pay some bills, whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's not going to cost you that much money. As you've seen, we can go on site. We can use a $16.25 720p 600 by 800 projector and pick up an outstanding image in a fully lit environment. I don't know what it is about this projector. You think it's doing 235.0. This is a very good widescreen for this Sony model projector. It looks like it's 235.1. It really does, but it's not. This is full screen. So pretty much the lens in there, it has to be, almost has to have some anamorphic features in it, because I've never seen a standard lens do this. Sure, our clamps are on. There we go. Now, when I tell you my customers are spoiled, my customers don't expect to spend a lot of money for projectors. They don't like to. They don't have to. They go in and they'll spend money for 720p model projectors because they don't spend all that money. I don't need it. Quite frankly, after I spent $10 for a projector, everything to me now is expensive. You have to spend $50. It's still expensive to me because I'm used to paying at $10, $16 level. Yep, so my customers become spoiled. Like, no, I'm not spending that kind of money for a projector. Are you crazy, man? I'm gonna go get me one of these projectors for like $10. For $20, that's on projector day for $20. An Epson for $20. $20. 100% infinity black level, regardless of your projector's capabilities. Which means for those of you that are hunting online to get the ultimate contrast level, the screen itself here is contrast. So that means that you can have a projector with a 500:1, 200:1, or none at all. It doesn't really make a difference. You'll pick it up regardless. Look how bright the loops pop up. We like to use on the invisible screens. Every time I see fire, I swear, the first thing I hear is the, oh, well, I keep bumping this. This is what happened. I'm bumping this. I can't hit that. Sorry about that. That's me bumping my cord over here, which I'm not supposed to go. There we go. Come out of here right here quick. Nope. Come over. Here we go. Every time I see fire, the first thing I hear is from the Wizard of Oz. You want some fire, Scarecrow? See that? Now, how easy is it to paint the process? Easy. It's a one-coat application. Rolls over everything. We have dried this without fans on camera. We've dried it by using an air cleaner I have sitting on the floor. Fast drying time, application, doesn't streak, nothing. And it's so easy, your kids could literally paint the screen. Heck, your dogs and cats can do it. They have posable thumbs. So no hard instructions at all. Absolutely zero. Fantastic results right from the door. That's what customers need. You give a customer too complicated, even I don't like complicated instructions, but too complicated instructions, they feel that they're going to fail this. And if you don't give them outstanding results to build their confidence and showing that they're on the right track, they're going to feel that maybe I got to mess this up. Well, technically that would be your fault, not their fault. I can't stand that when I get instructions to put something together and it's just so complicated. And then you really don't feel like you accomplished anything. You feel like you did more damage in basically fixing it. So now you're afraid to go near it. That's why we do something called paint, just dry, and display. Which means there's no editing popping up to edit this. Now you don't know what happened in the drying time. Anything could have happened. So that's why we make sure you see everything. We dry stuff in, paint it and dry it in.
Create a website that looks like you know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing, because you're using a website that did
That must be the big guy. Under the machine's moving back. Zero calibration. Zero washout. Zero, well, I can't say zero projector cost because you're going to spend some money, but it's not going to be expensive as you thought it was. If you take that extra money, you can do your dedicated theater room, do a screen of 150 inches with a massive screen. You can even coat the ceiling with this technology, turn it into an infinity ceiling if you want. It's fully weatherproof. For those of you in the projector mapping field, this stuff works fantastic for projector mapping applications. As you can see in the video, Ultra Short, though compatible, can operate in fully lit environments without any issues whatsoever. So right now, in the last demonstration, when you see Ultra Short Throw, $60. This one, $10. Gray screens remind me of the peacock. You know why? Because you have a habit of coming on and puffing yourself up and saying at the end of the day that we have the ultimate screen paint, the ultimate screen paint. And then you remember you can't see 100% contrast and you shut it down. Now, peacocks are like that. Peacocks are very, very beautiful birds. They walk around, you watch them in the zoo, they strut, puff their chests out, display those beautiful feathers. But God did something to them to basically keep them humble. He gave the peacock extremely ugly feet. So when the peacock looks down and sees those ugly feet, those feathers go down. It's reminded to be humble. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, they got very ugly feet, but beautiful feathers. But every once in a while they forget and they get to strutting out there and showing off those feathers, looking at the rest of the animal king like, look at me, I'm way better than you are. And then they look down and see those ugly feet and they remind themselves to be humble. I actually did research on the peacock. It's actually true. It's interesting how God works, right? Wow, look at that crocodile right there. Or alligator. Alligator crocodile. These are crocodiles, ones with the long snout. Crocodiles, ones with the short one. Pretty sure I got that right. Yeah, this projector does this for me like a 235.1 widescreen. Because I've never had a standard do this before, ever. Never, ever had a standard do this before. This is pretty interesting. I'm going to do 2 promo demonstrations on this, because I've already done a lot of them, and I got to pump these to the website, so it's a lot. So we're going to do 2 promo demonstrations, $10 projector, while you don't have to spend the money if you don't want to. Options. Now, for those who are interested in the screen paint is available on our website. As free shipping, free worldwide shipping, express shipping, which means we can ship it to express shipping for absolutely free. We have ours in 32 ounces. 32 ounces of our product can paint up to 150-inch screen, 16:9, 16:10. If you're doing 235.1, that'd be roughly 148 inches. Or 138, in between which way you want to go. What is this one right here? Oh, pretty cool. A lot of contrast that was popping up. Let me see. Anything? Oh, yeah. As you saw in the demonstration, ultra short are compatible. As is ILEG, which stands for Infusion Light Energy Gain. It has the ability to actually operate in fully lit environments, even commercials, without any issues or any washout whatsoever. I'm going to get something else. Give me some beautiful animals. 4K. Oh, there we go.
The animal kingdom. A remarkable array of living, breathing, natural wonders. Majestic. Compelling.
Is this going to have a narration to it?
Water after prey.
Yeah.
Fish.
Definitely have narration to it. I mean, I don't mind narration, but still, you know. Oh. I like that one too. It's actually very nice. And as you can see, these for your computer monitor too, because I'm way back here with the projector, and you can see the white text come up crystal clear, because my screen basically pulls up really nice white bubbles with a Rhino. love that in Far Cry where the animals get attacked. You have to watch the freaking AIs get attacked by rhinos. I was like, wow, it's freaking brutal. Not to go down that road. But as I said before, very easy to apply. Very easy to apply. Now we've advised you to use a 9-inch nap roller. You can go that way. Or if for those of you like to spray it in, you can just spray it in if you want to. Pretty easy to do. No particular special paint sprayer. One coat, spray it on your finish. That's basically about it. This is also too fantastic for churches. I couldn't express this enough why gray and white screens do not work for churches whatsoever. Why? You don't read a black level. And the text in the Bible is black and red. So you don't pick up color, that's one, and you can't read black. So I don't even know how you would even work in a church if you can't read the fine text that has to pop up that's in actual black. You don't read this, you read it in kind of a gray. That's why you require these really high-end resolution projectors to refine the image. That's why. And churches have a lot of light in them. So when you do that demonstration, you can't be in a dark environment while you're showing off the screen because it doesn't work that well. And as you can see, our black screens can read the white text with no problem from here and read contrast at the same time. This is a great way to upgrade your church projection screen without spending the money for a LED screen. It's going to cost you a lot of money. And also, you can check out my promo. My promo demonstration goes back years back. Church was so happy overseas, they did a demonstration for us, a promo testimony for my company on our products. Man, that cookie went down the wrong direction. Water? Water. Look how beautiful those colors are. And a tortoise. Like the tortoise on the Never Ending Story when they said, we don't care, then we don't even care anymore. Jeez. That's just giving up with all hope. Ooh, piranha. Oh, no. A goth tigerfish? Ooh, well, that's something scary in the water. You don't want to be near. Oh, Komodo dragon. Interesting. Man, that's incredible that God made all these animals.
Home internet with 2-day free shipping. Step 2. Get online in 15 minutes.
Let's get on here. All those beautiful animals. Ah, look, there's a taco. There's a taco. Well, not that right there. That would have been you, tell you the truth. You were born in, maybe, I don't know. That would definitely would have been you. Can you imagine if your house cat was born like at a different time or whatever, you know, whatever God decided, it ended up being one of those. You definitely want to be out there calling Captain Whiskers. Captain Whiskers! Looking like that. Oh, there we go. A domestic. I thought about that. Like, it'd be cool if you could have a tiger that's domestic like a house cat. But then again, you really think about it, the damage that thing would cause at the end of the day. Imagine if it needed to scratch a post. Yeah, that's not going to go well. And the litter box would have to be humongous for that thing. Then you'd have to go outside at the end of the day. Just go outside. Well, people do have them. People do have tigers and stuff for pets. But it's kind of like the other way around. It's like with the cat that lives with you, basically it lives in your home. And with those animals, you be living in its home because they're big. Walls wrapped around those things. Wow, look at the fangs on that. Woo! Giving that look like, why are you on the path? Are you in the jungle? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. By the way, the animals here. Alright, let's see what it looks like in partial lighting. Oh, you're looking at the animals, Miss Lord. Look at you looking at the animals. Look at that. Over here looking at the animals. He is over there staring at them. Look at him. Look at the animals. Look what the animals doing over there. Oh, he likes animals. Look at the tiger, like that could have been me. That could have been me. I could have been out there going, roar! I am Tiger, hear me roar. Now, we've done testing in this environment with 300 lumens and a gray screen. And the gray screen can't even read in this much lighting. It's a little bit of lighting, it can't read. As I said before, contrast is very important. Any gray screen out there that tries to tell you that the projector will fix it, it's a lie. Projector can't fix it. And for that one person who claims it all the time that it worked, no, I literally watched in a demonstration with the network gray versus his product, the Cinemax, when the LG logo popped up, both screens failed. Neither one could bring up the 100% black level required to bring up the LG logo. Neither one of them could read it. And one time I heard somebody can calibrate black. No, you can't calibrate black levels then. It's just not going to work. So if you're saying you want a real projection setup at the end of the day, and you're seeing where everything's black on gaming and movies and sports or whatever, you're expecting to get 100% red, right? 100% blue, 100%, all 100%, right? And when it comes to your black level, why do you settle for gray? But it has a 2 million to 1. You'll never see it. You'll never see that. When the time comes, we're going to get a bunch of high-end projectors and show you on gray screens in fully lit environments, not in the environments they stick them in to fool you, in actual fully lit environments, and show you that every single one of those projectors will not read that star field, even with a 500,000 to 1 contrast, even with 2 million to 1 contrast. And you saw that in the demonstration already with the demonstration with the Cinemax versus the Network Grade 773. It failed to bring up the LG logo. Can't see it. That's why I feel that near the end of 2026, we're going to challenge companies in court. You can't make that statement. That's infringing on my technology today. We make black screens. You can't sit there and say you read a 100% black without being a black screen. So we're going to challenge companies in court. Now I think before we go down that road, write you a nice email or call you and tell you, look, you can't say that. Now if they say we can say what we want to say, all right, then we'll let a judge decide. Because we read a black, actual black 100%, you don't. Now, that's how you get yourself in a lot of trouble. If you're selling a gray screen and you're saying you're reading black, what happens when you develop a black screen? How does that work now? Oh, this reads black. So what's the difference between the black on this screen and the black on that screen? If they read both 100%. See the nightmare you got yourself into? There you go. So for the consumer should get exactly what they paid for. Right? I believe so. That's one orange Garfield. Now, is there any money in these? We take them to court? No. It's just basically a disagreement. We go before an arbitrator. You're going to have to prove that your screen does that. If you fail, this goes on court documented, like Epson did to the other company. It goes on court document for everyone to read. Now, if you continue to sell the product, knowing this, that you lost this, then we can take it to court, and then we can basically hit you for fraud because you're selling a product that doesn't do what it's supposed to do. You can't read black. Even the judge will look at you at the end of the day like you lost your mind. Like, all right, let me get this straight. You're saying your gray screen reads 100% black. How is that possible? You wouldn't even win that. Can't say that. So that means if you have to go back and retract that, now you got to figure out a product that you sold on false information claiming it read black. What color do you actually read? If you have to go through research to figure that out, that means you sold a product to a bunch of people that you knew 100% that screen couldn't read black. And this is what I mean by these gray and white screens will cost you more money because you're going to have, the more money you spend for your projector, that's how it goes. the better your quality. Perfect example, can you read contrast? So they're advising customers to go out and spend all this money for expensive projector. And even with the companies who develop the projectors, they know you can't read that contrast level on a gray screen. But if you darken the environment, maybe you could fool yourself. So you shouldn't be spending that type of money for a projector. You don't have to. Now, if you want to, some of y'all love 4K, that's what you're into, go in and spend the money. Doesn't really make a difference. As long as at the end of the day, you're getting the best out of your investment. When someone's lying to you, you're getting a gray screen, you're not getting that. Like half you, matter of fact, all of you cannot turn your lights on with those gray and white screens. Now, the white screen, I expect it to be that way. Everybody knows what white screens are. They're cheap screens, they're bottom dollar screens, that's what they are. But the gray screen is the one that gives off, and gunmetal, where gunmetal is actually better than the gray screen, but then if I'm spending $7,000 for a screen, it had better see 100% black. So there's that right there. But the gray screen at the end of the day, it isn't worth spending the money for. Now, anybody who makes gray screen paint, a screen paint company or a projection company, tell me why the gray screen is worth spending the money for. You don't work on projector mapped applications, so you can't see black. You don't work on gaming because you can't see black. You don't work on movies because you can't see black. You don't work on anything because you can't see black. You're not compatible with ultra short throw projectors. You're not compatible with long throw projectors, pico projectors, venue projectors. None of those projectors will work because you can't read black. You can put down 2 million to 1, 2 trillion to 1. You still can't read a black level. Because in order for you to read on a screen, projectors take, is two things involved in the projector, the screen and the projector. If the projector is crap, then the image is going to be crap. If the screen is crap, then the picture quality from the projector is going to be crap. So you have to have a marriage made in heaven, equally yoked. And what I've heard when I talk to companies about their projectors, they talk about, well, more heavier, more expensive. The more money you spend on a projector, the higher the contrast, the better chances you have of being able to pick up a better, darker contrast level. If you spend the money from buying a light gray or white screen to light gray to mid gray, and you spend the money on a gunmetal technology, which is a much darker screen, and with that contrast combination, you still can't pick up black. I can literally come in with one of my screen paints or projection screens and literally picture set up the shame. I can read a 100% black level. You couldn't do it. Your screen would literally turn gray in front of my screen. So that tells you at the end of the day, you spent all that money and you still haven't achieved the 100% infinity black level, which is a requirement for any form of projection application. There's a lot of people right now on form sites that are $15,000 and $20,000 in, and they can't read black. So that's where that ends up at. And so the gray screen, again, it's not worth anything. It isn't. You're gonna upgrade your screen with a screen that really can't read black. That doesn't sound like an upgrade. You can't operate in a fully lit environment. With a 2.0 game, as it claims to have, it spends a lot of time in the dark with a 2.0. Lights are so bright, they blind the freaking lens on the camera. Ain't it? Ain't it bright in here? They even got the covers on them. Covers cut down on the heat, they control heat and all that. These things give off a ton of light. But yeah, even with the covers on, they're still super bright. That's how bright the lighting is in the ceiling. And I ran that for 1 year. 1 year, I was in there for 1 year with 24,000 in the ceiling, and I ran all the tests on our products. That's why we could do this. That's why I told you, if you run 24,000 right on top of your screen, you can go anywhere you want with it. Which I'm doing right now. I'm going to different establishments and showing it off. All right, so gotta get laced up here. Got some things I got to do today. But I'm going to come on here and show you that you know, show you the off-the-shirt-though setups. You know why you don't have to be stuck in the dark and spend a lot of money. Then come back here and show you a $10 projector setup. And once somebody said that he does all these videos, yeah, because I got a lot to talk about. I have a lot of knowledge in this field. And if you can't show that many videos in one day, that means you don't know much. That means you don't show much. There is so much that's not covered when people talk about projection setups. There's so much. I was sitting there like, well, what about this? What about that? You didn't answer that question right correctly. Kind of rush that through. Show a screen off. You don't show me any heavy contrast levels. Something that can camouflage it. Like a dark environment, the LG Jazz. It's good known for darkening environments and basically camouflaging black levels. Starfield screensaver. I can understand why this sounds like Garfield. It really does. It really sounds like Garfield. And you see this? Gray screens. You should literally be doing demonstrations like this every single day. You don't do these. I mean fully lit environment. Not in the dark, fully lit environment. With a 2.0 gain, man, you should do that perfectly, no problem. But how come every time I see a demonstration that involves a contrast, it's in a dark environment? Literally, you could throw an ink pen in the middle of the floor, you wouldn't be able to find it. It could be a white ink pen, you would never find it. I've seen all kinds of cheats. I saw in one cheat where somebody had, we already know who had a projector back, roughly, from where he's at, from the window is 13 feet. So roughly the projector was sitting somewhere between 12 feet from the screen. 12 feet from the screen, well, about 13, I think about almost 12, about 12 feet from the screen. So 12 feet from the screen, he has a projector. And he's saying, look at the image, look how amazing it looks. Well, at 12 feet, you should be to fill up that entire screen at 12 feet. That's a 150-inch screen. At a 150-inch screen, none of the long throws in here will fill that thing out because we don't have enough room in order to fill the screen out. That's why we use short throws in here for that one, or ultra short throws. We can't fill the screen out completely. My walls go back to roughly around 13 feet. At 13 feet from here to there, there's no way in the world we're going to fill up a 150-inch screen that requires 16, 17 feet back to do it. Because 150-inch I had in one of the setups, my projector was sitting back 18 feet to pick it up. So we don't have the room. So in this room requires a short throw, which we use right there on the floor. But anyway, in the demonstration, projector was sitting back 12 feet. He left out 2 of the model numbers in the projector. The reason why? Because he had the zoom lens pushed all the way down and pulled the projector back so that we can keep a sharp compressed image and try to fool you to make you believe that that great screen paint can pick up at 12 feet back. So what I did was I figured out what your projector's model number was, went on Projector Central, and see what your screen size you should have gotten from that pullback. You would at least had roughly 120 inches, which should have overlapped the 100-inch screen that you have. Nowhere in the world would it fit inside of it. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's one of the tricks they like to use. Put the lens all the way down to sharpen and compress the image. I know all your tricks. That's why when I do those demonstrations at distance throw, we show you the lens and we show you how the lens is pushed all the way up, not down. When you basically push the lens up, it compresses the image. You push it forward, it compress it, make it smaller, it compresses the image. That's why we do like the 50 inches. The 50 inches, we always have comparisons next to them. You'll see basically certified screens next to them. You'll see white screens next to them. You see gray paint next to them. You see black paint next to them. That's why we do them. But you're doing a standalone. Standalone is not enough information. You have to show test the difference comparison of your product, especially in their white screens. The white screens are all the rage out there. You don't see any gray screens out there. It's mostly all white screens. You have to convince somebody at the end of the day that was told that their $4,000 projector is going to produce, someone convinced them the $4,000 projector was going to produce an excellent image on a white screen, and you have to convince them at the end of the day that it's not working on something that they bought at $4,000 that they believe was working. So the comparison is very important. Now I've seen demonstrations when people said benefit of a gray screen versus a white screen. There isn't any benefit because neither screens can see contrast and neither ones can operate in fully lit environments. There's no benefits. Still stuck in the same boat with the hole in the side of it, right? Yes, sirree. Let's go over here and let's get a 4K Snow Screensaver Cottage. Now you see how many times I mentioned this? This is how many times consumer you should be seeing that contrast pull up on their screen. Every single day we do this. And there you go. You guys on site, I heard that a couple of times. What's your white levels like? Gotta be curious, it's a black screen. Is your stuff the same as black paint? That's why we do the test. You put that on a Pico projector at 300 lumens to the same. Matter of fact, I did one of these outside on 300 lumens. Marvelous Monday. Monday. Big day on Monday. Nice little projector, $10. Outstanding. Apex has outstanding color capability. No matter what projector we switch it to, amazing results. There's something I never see in demonstrations. I never see a projector swap right in the middle of the demonstration. We do them all the time. Why is that? I'll show you something. Let's swap out to 1,000 lumens. This is something they can't do. I got 1,000 projector over here. It's only two. Yeah, there's my baby right here. This one I use a lot of my testing on. A small boy over there. This is a Sony VPL CS4. It's much more lower than this one. Let's get this one turned off. And this one's 1,000 lumens. This one in eco mode I think is 22. A chance for the projector to shut off. Let me remove some of my stuff out of here. Now this is something I never see in demonstrations. Why? Because they got the entire environment set up. They can't be coming out there and swap out the entire machine. They went through the whole thing of calibrating it and adjusting the lighting. Everything to make that projector look good. So if someone goes up there and swaps the machine, whew, that's going to be some problems right there. That's not going to go well. Bum, 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 bum. Let me put Sony to shut off. So flashing. Bum, 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 bum. It takes me a minute to put in this one. I'll wait for that to shut down. And that one takes, man. That power cord is where? You should have backups in here somewhere. Right there, shut off. What do we have? Actually, that should be off, honestly. Is it on or off? Let me see. Oh, it's spinning. It's on. Let me see something on it. Taco bird. I doubt we have the backup cord. All my other equipment is sitting in someplace else because it's a friend's house because I had to go pay my bill. I didn't want to take all that equipment with me. So I dropped it off at his place so I can come by and get it later on. About to go someplace else and do something. Which I gotta start doing drop-off points at my friends' houses at the end of the day so I can get access to my stuff. To come back here, I can go there and drop something off. Pick it up from them. Makes it much easier, especially if I'm in the area. Alright, let me see. Brr, it's definitely right. You're like, brr, brr. You little growlies. In your growlies. Let me see. Is this running through the PlayStation or is this basically dragging somewhere? Oh yeah, we got a same sort to pick up. Look at you in your growlies. All about your growlies. Oh. No, power option. Power option. Turn it off. Yeah, I need the cord. I need to shut that thing off. It's been on for too long. I've been on for 4 days running. Alright, that should be shutting off. This is already off because this takes a different power outlet than the other one. Disconnect that. Get that out of here. Let's remove this. Ugh. This over here. So I gotta plug that back up to do my phone with demonstrations on it. I'm probably gonna do it when I come back. I got some stuff I gotta do. Now, you see the blue level that pops up? See how the white surface, the white wall around it? This is gray. My wall is gray. See how I can't read it? Only that screen can read it. All right, get out of the way, because you're getting in trouble, and I can see already. You're in my path. You are definitely in my path. You know how that one works, right? Out of the path. I don't need to be tripping over you, breaking my neck. Really? Put my air cleaner. What? There's one back on. Alright, because this takes a special cord. These right here. Oh, it's in the front. Power cord plugs in the front. This one I can run off my system over there. I can run this one. Let me see. This thing is so old. Look at it. This is an old projector. I like these projectors. You know why? Challenge accepted. This thing is so old. It only does a 4.3. It doesn't even do a 16.9. It is that old. I love these machines, man. This is definitely a challenge. See, most people go and they get the highest contrast, highest res. No, we're in there like, nah, give me the lowest stuff you got. I want to see what our stuff can do. I can easily run it off y'all projector. Cakewalk. Easy. So when we come across somebody that says, yeah, what a projector I got is going to be this, that, and the other, like, they're going to run? I don't think we're going to have a problem. Because we use these low-end cheap models all the time. That's how you get your audio to run if you're using this without the HDMIs. Where's the on the each side? How do you got these? Sony's on both sides. Yeah, they do got both sides. That's Sony. That's Sony for ya. All right. Guess you want to plug this into anything. You don't really make a difference, right? All right. Look at our screen over here at 1,000 lumens. Sony. Ta-da. Yep, still girl, she takes a while to load up. Make sure you're all the way up. You should focus as you should focus. I should focus right there. Making sure you're all the way up. Yep, all the way up. So, right there, we got a Sony VPL CS4 1000. 1000 lumens, that's it. See how bright that white level just put up at 1000 lumens? Again, I gotta say this one more time. Those of you that are getting filed on, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's all this week. We got a lot of people getting filed on. And you made a claim against my company that my product at the end of the day came up so dark it was unwatchable, and our company's nothing more than a scam. You owe me $2 million now. Yeah, you owe me a lot of money. And if we find out you did more of these demonstrations with the intent of trying to destroy my business, I'm taking you federal and I'm going to prosecute you under criminal law for 20 years. It's not going to go well. Can you imagine if we're in court right now and I just did this to you, just for fun? Yeah. For those who sat there and said, man, I am so glad I didn't touch this guy's stuff at the end of the day. And for those who didn't, it ain't going to go well for you. You ain't got a hope in the world of winning those lawsuits. Heck, I can bring your lawyer over here and I can have him look at the same thing like, well, you know what, Mr. Bird? I'm thanking you showed me this information. I'm going to have to drop my client. Yeah, we'll hire you. We'll definitely hire you. So I can read the text crystal clear. Now this projector costs more than the projector that I have over there. This one's $10. This one cost me $75 when I got it. And we got the white levels in there. Let's go get some more white levels on here. We got some fun with this one. We're at 1,000 lumens, people. 1,000 lumens. So old it only does a 4.3. Look at the distance to run this thing. Now, that's what I mean by a projector swap in the middle of the video. If you notice that when Mr. Bird says something on camera, he does it. I don't sit there and say it, I do it. Which means that you saw me do a swap. I've swapped for a Chrissy projector, an LW 505 with a projector that's 1200 by 1900 by 1200, 5000 lumens projector that was far more superior, a WXGA, far more superior than this machine right here. And I've done side-by-side demonstrations where you couldn't tell one from the other. So that means at the end of the day, 1,000 lumen count versus 5,000. Not even the eco mode. And it can still basically match it. Because that screen generates an incredible, all the technology generates incredible white levels and gain levels. So you just saw me do a swap out in the middle of a demonstration, which is not done because, again, that projector is rehearsed for that environment. Everything's scripted, everything's rehearsed. They can't do that. That'll throw everything off balance. Let's watch this before our time runs out. Look how beautiful those white levels are. Come back later on and do the $10 projector again. Projector swap out. And you got to do that in a fully lit environment. So now we're at 1,000 lumens. I love this projector. And as you saw by the side of the projector, it's a really old one. But she does the job. She gets it done right.
Your perfect domain is out there. Go to Wix and make it yours. Own your space.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Do. Let's go up close. Hooah! Look where my projector sits at. Look at the screen. You mean to tell me your ultra short throw projectors cannot read? I'm talking about the influencers. When you do those demonstrations, how come your projector sits so close to the screen and you can't read? There's a little bit of windows, there's not a lot of light. Now you see that little slither of light right there? See that right there, that trace? That shows me at the end of the day, that screen is generating a white level so high that you can see that trace of light all the way across. Even if we just like lay flat against the screen right there, right flat, you still see it. This is why when I tell you in the courtroom, you ain't gonna make it. That's why we're suing you for so much money, because we know you're not gonna be able to win it. Watch this. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do. Hey. Do do. Do do. I'm literally going to do this to you in a courtroom. You know that, right? It's going to be quite embarrassing. I am going to embarrass the daylights out of you. I'm going to have a little fun in there. Might as well, you know what I mean? It's going to be day. I got to take time off to handle that nonsense. Do 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 do. Look at the edge. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do. Now you know what this is called right here? This is called screen door effect. That's what it's called. They don't explain that to you, but it's called the screen door effect right there. But with our technology, boom, screen door effect disappears. You know why? Because the screen door effect, reason why it shows up better on gray and white screens, because the screen door effect is basically, it's black. It's supposed to be black, but they can't read it. It's gray. So this picks up easily. But our screen's black, so we can camouflage screen door effect. Boo-doo-doo. Oh, get my camera there. Dum bum 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 da 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 do 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 do. Oops, sorry about that. Did we rotate it wrong? Here we go. Do 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 do. Oops, sorry about that. Dude, my cat's over there thinking something's wrong with me. I'm alright, buddy boy. I'm good. I'm being protective. You okay, Daddy? Why you laying on the floor? Cause we're showing the guys on here on my YouTube channel. When we go to court, Al Bailey, I'm gonna kick the crap out of you. Cause you made a statement that my technology came up so dark it's unwatchable. And here I am at the underneath bottom of my screen showing, oops, there's rotation popping again, how amazing our screen picks up even when I'm underneath on it. At 57 years old, you should be able to get up that fast. That's why you got to take care of yourself. Work out and stretch. Stretching, stretch, stretch, stretch. Some people take forever to get up off the ground. Yeah, you need to stretch more. Stretch more. Stretch more. That's what you need. Stretch more. Your body's a little tight. You got to stretch more. That'll fix that problem real quick. Anyway, if you saw in the demonstration, you just saw it, right? Just go lay on the ground and turn right back up. See? There you go. You know why majority of the naysayers leave the room? Because they know at the end of the day they lost. You lost in court. There's no way in the world you're going to be to beat us in court. You say my product came up that dark? Are you crazy? Really? Do you know what kind of person I'm in today? I test my stuff, man. All my stuff is tested. You're doomed in court. That's why, as we go along, the lawsuits are going to get higher. We get to court, they can jump to $5 million. Whew. Man. Should have did your research before you jumped on that bandwagon, right? That's like watching somebody trying to jump from the pool house to the pool and they clearly missed and hit the furniture. You really should have calculated that one. Not going to work too well. But as for the customers, as you can see, I can get on the ground and lay down, and I can pick up the angle gain from underneath the screen. And mind you, we swapped out. We're at 1,000 lumens right now. My cat was like, "Oh, you okay, Daddy?" I'm down here showing off the screen at the end of the day. I bet you're kicking their behind like, man, I wish I did not travel down that path. Yeah, too late now. But anyway, to our customers, this is called swapping the screens. So bottom line is anything you watch in these demonstrations is scripted. The lighting in the environment is scripted. The projectors are to get a high-powered machine. All that's scripted. When you like to see them come in and swap it out from one of these old projectors and see what happens? You can't do that. The screen would deteriorate. Something would go wrong. It would throw it off balance. All that calibrating they did on that machine to swap it out for a machine that's uncalibrated? Oh, heavens, I better say no. Can't do that. You're going to get it home and you're going to find out for yourself it doesn't work. And the first thing people do is they turn the lights on. Because they're curious to see if the screen is going to operate with the lights on. That's why in every demonstration on YouTube, we do the field trip, every single person sits in a dark environment with one of those projectors saying, look how amazing the contrast looks. Look. Boom! When I got to do these swap outs, you know, we go to extra yard just to have a little fun. This is where the adrenaline kicks in. That's where we start having a little fun on camera. I know we're past time here, but I just gotta have some fun with this. I'm having some Murgatroyd. I go having some Murgatroyd. Having some Murgatroyd. Look at that. He swapped out the screen, say. So it tells the customers at the end of the day, at 1,000 lumens, this is an SVGA 720p 600 by 800 projector, and in res, you can still pick up crystal clear. So if they're so threatened by the Apex that they're willing to lose in court, willing to get sued, willing to go to jail over it, it shows you how threatened they are over the product. And it must be absolutely incredible for them to be that terrified, to put that much on the line. And I'm going to use that in a commercial, by the way. See these people right here? These are people who we've taken to court and we have sued. Some of them right now are in jail because they felt the need that they were so threatened by this technology to basically destroy their lives. And you did. You think you're going to win a lawsuit against this thing? Oh, heck no. No way in the world. These things have batch number verification sitting on top of them, which means every single screen paint we put out is made 5 gallons at a time. So that means if one batch is bad, they're all bad. They can even go through my PayPal accounts, and my PayPal accounts, it shows each time we sold the item, we don't have any complaints on them. So how in the world did you get a product at the end of the day that you claimed that didn't work? And if your product didn't work, wouldn't that mean the entire 5-gallon container wouldn't have worked either? That means your products wouldn't have been able to pull up in fully lit environments. None of that would have happened. And when you use the word scammer underneath of it, scammer is going to cost you an extra $2 million. That's what my lawyer is asking for now. Anyone who reads the word scammer next to us, it's going to cost you $2 million. Now, we can sue you for whatever you want. I can sue you for $100 million in court. I can make this extremely brutal. I can sue you for $50 million. It doesn't make a difference on the amount of money we can sue you for. What makes the difference is that we can back up our product's worth. What you're going to have to do and what your lawyers are going to have to do is back up what you said about my product is exactly true. And here's the problem. They have batch numbers sitting on top of them, which means if the product did exactly as you said it did, I mean, out of the 5-gallon container, we would have had multiple complaints about the screen not reading at all. At that, it would have failed in the batch number verification process with the stamp that sits in the back of the container, which means you can't beat that thing. And if you can't beat it, that means you can owe us $100 million in court. And if you think at the end of the day that, well, I'm just going to be broke for the rest of my life, oh, no, because farther than that, that means we're going to get you for fraud charge against my company, which carries a 20-year prison sentence. That's the one that hurts. Most people can be homeless and broke forever. I don't know. That's just life, because you got sued, but you just got your freedom. But if you use your freedom, that's worth everything. And that's what they'll come after you for. They'll take you to federal and they'll sue you for fraud against our company, knowing they can get you a whopping 20 years. Not gonna go well. Being scared, yeah, he showed he was afraid. He sent us emails. He's scared. In a way, trying to tell us that he can't be found. No point in sending a process server. No point in suing me. I can't be found because he's scared. He knows what's about to happen. But we already know, so we're good. A friend of mine told you works for Border Patrol. He sent me an email. He already knows where you're at. He's found it through your LLC. Your LLC literally tells you where you're at. You know what that? Because you made it a challenge at the end of the day. You kind of like rubbing it in his face. That's what he says. You rubbed it in his face. That's not the person, Fernando. You want to tick off. And the only reason why he's not pouncing is because we need you in court. Yeah, beautiful snow. Man, it kind of reminds me of an area that looks just like that I've been to. Oh, shoot. I literally forgot about that park. That's a big park. We definitely have to do a demonstration down there. I'm going to have to contact whoever actually owns that section of that park. Some township got it. And got to go with the big board meeting. Whatever we got to do. But I want to do a demonstration down there. As a matter of fact, I would like to put some screens down there for picnic goers. Because you can rent out a screen. Because you can rent out that little spot. You go there, they got a little area, eatery. You can rent out, you know what I mean? Like they got this whole section with the whole, I forget the name of it. People know what you're talking about. They got the picnic benches, and they got the grills out there already. We can have it, you can rent out a screen with projector. That'd be sick. Yeah. With our screen, our technology on it. Now he's using white and gray. They're not going to show up. They're never going to make it to the party. Put out the invites. So we have an invite at the park. We're expecting for everyone to show up. Gunmetal can't go because you don't go outside. So you stay inside. Because they don't. I've never seen a gunmetal screen outside ever. Gray and white screen, you're invited. Black screen, you're invited. Black screen, oh yeah, we definitely gonna be at that party. We definitely gonna be. We definitely showing up. We definitely showing up. Let me go pick out my gear right now. We already out there shopping for the gear. How we gonna look good out there? And white and gray screen, like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna go. White screen, so I ain't definitely not going. I'm definitely not going. I'm an introvert. I'm not going at all. Period. And gray screen, we're like, man, no, I don't think so, man, because I ain't trying to get embarrassed like that. I'm not. And black screen's going. If black screen's going, I'm definitely not going. I'm definitely not going. So I'm gonna stay put. Y'all not showing up to the barbecue, but we gonna be there. Bam, on the scene. Just come up there, show off the screen. Look, this is what we do. This is what we do. Where the rest of the screens? Man, they're not showing up. You know they're not showing up. And they be sitting back watching the whole thing. They pop off. We do the whole YouTube video and everything. And they be gray screen, white screen. White screen don't really care if he's chill anyway. But white screen, gray screen's upset. Like, look at him. I can't stand him. Can't stand him up there showboating. Showboating. I can't stand him. It's enough to get me to the bowling point. Oh, man. All right, we're past time here, but I'm just having a little fun. The 1,000 lumen. We got to come back and do demonstrations on our 1,000 lumen projector in our fully lit environment. We got to do it because I freaking want to, because I love it. So see why we have so many demonstrations? We got so much product. That's why. We don't get the same typecast mess day after day like these people make these other products. We got so much technology to show you. I have 10 videos here, 10 videos on this. 10. I can tell you my haven't had a chance to post yet because we had so much stuff. Then I come in. Now we get the 1,000 lumen. Now I want to do 1,000 lumen projector setup. Excuse me. And all this lighting. And all this lighting. I love it. I freaking love it. Let's get some videos on here. Some good ones. After that, I gotta get out. What time we got already? Yeah, almost time for me to go. 4K demonstrations. OLED. OLED. Did we get that? Huh? Where are you? What are you? You better have ultra black back levels in the back, because you be teasing me like ultra black levels. Oh yeah, it does. It does. Well, while you guys are watching that, I gotta get ready. My equipment's someplace else, so I'll be picking it up soon to go do something else. Hot time, summer in the city, back on my nickel, dirty and gritty. It's funny because I was in line actually singing that one time. I had it on my radio, I was just playing it. And I sat there and said it in the line. The guy in the back finished the song. It was hilarious. Like, 3 of them in the back were singing the song. Now you see how beautiful this looks, people? We're at 720p, 600 by 800 SVGA. The S projector was WXGA. And that shows you that we can do a projector swap out, no fade to the screen whatsoever, no washout, none of that nonsense, 100% contrast, beautiful white levels, and still operate an amazing image And even after doing a swap out. Nothing we do here is rehearsed. It is what it is. And that shows our customers at the end of the day, you don't need to spend the money for an expensive projector. It is not required. Look at that flame. I'm having the ball. Back here having the ball. Mostly behind camera going. Now they try to call me up with that, what I do in the background. That don't bother me at all, period. Because at the end of the day, when I say it, it's a ka-ching. When you say it, it's like you're getting sued. For harassment. Should be calling my, oh yeah, the phone records. Y'all know better than that. We got y'all phone records. Because again, you contacted my company carrying on and acting up. That is serious, that's harassment. OLED 4K demonstrations. What the freak did you get me? Get it back over here. OLED 4K demonstrations. That's everything picks up nice and bright. Nice and light and brighty bright. All that good stuff. As it should be. Oh, we got Sharky. Hey, Sharky! I like that. Which one? If I ever got a shark, I'm gonna name Bruce. I love that one. Bruce. My name is Bruce. Oh. Bruce is funny, man. What do they call you? My name is Bruce. Forever. I probably will never get a shark ever. No. I might get a little tiny shark. These little tiny sand sharks are small. I'm gonna name him Bruce. My name is Bruce. Alright, so let's check this out. At 1,000 lumens, people, 600 from 800 SVGA. And we're using an adapter. This is the projector so old it doesn't do 16.9, it only does 4.3. That's what the projector is. I think it came out roughly in 1999. When that Prince song came out, I think it's around 1999, somewhere in that range. But anyway, I like the old projector. These projectors are ones that are so old that the HDMIs are black, not blue. Oh yeah. So if you ever go on eBay and you see an old projector, maybe you want 10, maybe 15 bucks for it, buy our product and get an amazing image. But it costs saving you hundreds. Yeah, more like you're only spending thousands to fix that thing. You still can't even get it right. Which the person who basically made the slogan actually spent thousands of dollars for a projector that literally spent most of his time in a dark environment with these colorful lights behind the back of it to try to get to make the environment like it's actually well lit. So that's the reason why you don't do typecast on ultra short throws constantly all the time. You have to know that your machine can pull up. Oh, we got to do that demonstration. We got to do a demonstration with ultra short throw and long throw at the same time. Because one of the problems you'll see really quick when it comes to people do a lot of ultra short throws, they don't know what the long throw effect is going to be. You're going to lose 10 times more of your image on long throw than ultra short, as I said before, because the distance throw isn't there. But that's what happened to the customer. Perfect example. He had an Optima projector. It had a great deal of power on it. It should have been able to easily pick up at that distance. But because the other fellow didn't test his products out correctly and did a lot of demonstration and cutting corners on ultra short throw, when it came time for long throw to use, it deteriorated 10 times faster. Because the screen doesn't gather up enough gains in order to enhance that level of whatever it's losing to basically magnify the image so it looks better. So say if your projector has 30,000 lumens, and you're sitting back roughly maybe about 40 feet from the screen, then you scope to this. You're not actually going to start off with 40,000 and leave with 40,000. That's not going to happen. The reason why is because you got so much light in the environment that is going to rip up your lumen count. So they expect to lose maybe 10,000, maybe 20,000, or maybe the screen may require a 2,000 minimum. So you can lose as much as you want as long as when you strike that screen, you're at 2,000, giving the screen enough power to be able to use whatever's left over to re-magnify and bring it back to you as a perfect image. Yeah, but when you use ultra short throws constantly all the time, you cheat yourself in that. You don't really know what happens with your projectors at a far distance, how badly it's going to rip up, especially when you do it in dark environments. which actually enhance the ability for the screen to be able to produce a much better image because you're in the dark. Do that in a fully lit environment, you'll see exactly how bad your image pulls up. That's why a lot of gray screens, when they come up tan, discoloration, because they can't read the contrast level enough alone, pick up enough lumens or whatever is left there from the projector to magnify the image. As you can see, our technology can read a nice, bright, beautiful, vivid image at 1,000 lumens at a distance from the screen in a fully lit environment without having any issues whatsoever. Woo, surprising. That's a lot of stuff to know, right? Yeah, a lot of stuff to know. So imagine if I'm speaking to you like this in court. Like, mommy, get me out of this situation.
Hey, bestie.
Calgon, take me away.
Because I get to help people find
Calgon can't help you. Neither can your parents. You're an adult. You should know this stuff. You should know this stuff. You automatically know this stuff. Now see, they got that TV up there? See it sitting up there? I can do that right here. For far less. 1,000 lumens, 720p. Now projector. Wait a minute. I want to bring it back all the way back here to where I'm at. Let's bring it back even farther because we can do that. See what I mean? This is what I mean, the kind of stuff that I did on camera that made the naysayers lose their mind. Because I can disrupt the environment at will. I can put the projector here. I can put it there. I can put it anywhere I want. Push it to the ceiling. Bring it back down. It'll project anywhere. So now I can bring it all the way down to the edge of my desk. Way back here. And still can read. See how the projector's pushed up closer to the lights? When I see demonstrations, they push them down low. So that way they can clip those lights. I know all your little secrets when you do demonstrations, every single one of them. Everything that you think that you have hidden in a demonstration that you feel that no one will see, I see them. Everything from your blinds, how much light pushes to the back of your screen, everything, I see it all. Because I've been doing this for a long time. And why? Because when it comes to my stuff at the end of the day, I'm very brutal with my tests. So I know if you're not matching me, something's wrong. Brutal. I treat my screens like if I have 100 people just like me that are inspecting my screen. It means they're going to be very thorough with it. Like the guy says, I'm a worst critic, and I can't even stop. What's how he says? I'm a worst something, but he can't even stop me. I can't even stop myself. Because I'm a very brutal critic about everything. Everything has to work just so. I don't believe in that whole cutting corner nonsense. That stuff would drive me nuts. See, for them, they can live with that crap. I can't live with that. I can't deal with it. I would never go on site. I would never get caught with my pants around my ankles, ever. I do that. That's my little fun, my little dance in the back, my little victory dance. Yeah, swap it. Look at that. Look at that. So, like I said, if we do this at this distance throw, and you have an ultra short throw projector, and you can't read that, are you kidding me? But that type of power? No excuse for it. No excuse for it. That's all. 4K Snow Screensaver. Bow. 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 I said bow. Bow. You don't hear me? Did I stutter? That's a funny cat, man. Did I stutter? I said bow. Bow. 4K Snow Screensavers. Gee whiz, what are we getting me here, people? What are we getting me here? I didn't ask for that. There's some beautiful clouds over here. Just put this on the ceiling. 4K snow screensavers. Hearing her yelling at. Apparently, the freaking voice recognition software that clearly just keeps getting me everything else that I don't want. Now, see that? See that distance right here? We're right back here. I'm gonna show you the edge of where I'm at on my desk. See that? Right on the edge of my desk. Way back here. See that? And we're able to pick up that image on this projector at the end of the day. Crystal clear. High performance white levels on the most amazing screen paint on the market. So amazing that it can back itself up in court every single time. I can't wait to start doing this. Every single time. How threatened is the competition over the Apex Gamer? Well, look at the wall of shame for yourself. They have basically gone to jail and been sued for millions of dollars trying to go against the Apex. The Apex can only back itself up anywhere it wants to back itself up, whether it be in commercial business, whether it be in your home, whether it be in an office setting, but even in a courtroom in front of a judge. Oh, we're going to definitely use those at the end of that. I like the way they ring on that. Our technology is so we have a guarantee. Not only is our batch number guarantee foolproof, but at the end of the day, we can back it up in court. Oh, I'm definitely going to do commercial stuff for that. 160 trolls sued. Not one could back up that our product didn't work. Oh, this is going to be fantastic for me. You guys have paved the way for our technology to rise to its next level. What better way to prove your technology works than crushing trolls? I'm going to have a counter on how much money we have sued from you combined together. How much money we've made. We've made $2 million crushing trolls. We do this, we get you on this level, and we will. This is going to advise other people to start making money off you guys. You want to start making content on purpose to trigger you guys off, knowing you're going to come in the room and do dumb stuff, and it starts fights with you. That's what people do, because you're going to inherit a different type of troll. See, that's what you have to understand. When you do stuff like you do, you bring in a hybrid version of yourself. And the hybrid version of yourself is going to be a person that's deliberately trying to tick you off and collect you to get you to do something dumb enough so they can get money out of you. That's what you introduce. That's like when people get caught, they do those shows like, what's that show called? Catfish. Catfish is one of them. Catfish. And people get catfish, get the mouth wide open. People get catfish and they lose a lot of money. And obviously, you watching it yourself, you got common sense. You sit there and go, well, why didn't you do this? And why did you do that? Because, any one of us would have done it, right? But some people don't do that. Some people really, really are lonely, and they're willing to put up with all kinds of crap and red flags just to be with somebody, which is it's messed up. But people take advantage of that at the end of the day, knowing they're like this. But still, your credibility after doing that show is not justifying whether or not, you got your victim. It basically makes you a victim for other potential scammers because they know if they can get you, we can get you. There you go. You become open game. So, with that being said, that knowing that we sued all these trolls and made money off of y'all buying trucks and vehicles and all them off you guys because we're suing you. You can't beat this stuff in court. You don't have a prayer in heaven to beat one of these screens. So with that being said, it's easy money for us. We can literally make a statement about a gray screen, knowing it will trigger you, open up a chat room, have you guys go in and start recording your handles. So we know we can trace back your IP addresses. It's there. You go in there, you just go in there. It's your problem at the end. You start ranting and carrying on, you let your emotions get the best of you, and then boom, you say something and we can get you on it. So you can't say it's entrapment, it's not. It's called common sense. It's like there's a show that comes on. I think it's in Puerto Rico or DR, it's one of those countries because they're speaking Spanish, and I don't know the difference between the dialogues. I don't know, but anyway, it shows a black box outside, and it's all this weird laughter coming from it, and it's got a little hole in it, right, with a little black cover over it. Now it tells you, warning, don't stick your face in here. That's what it tells you. It doesn't say stick your face in. It says, warning, do not stick your face. And I had a friend translate, like, what the heck does the sign say? And I'm thinking like, man, you can't be doing it. People get sued for this. But it says don't stick your face in. And what do people do? They stick their face in it. And you know what they do? There's a clown in there waiting to hit you in the face with a pie. So now you're downtown, you got pie all over your face, your clothes. You can't get mad about that. You can't sue them. They said don't stick your face in there. And that's the consequences. Well, if you guys want to go online and you want to be trolls at the end of the day, then that means that people are going to try to figure out ways to trigger you, tick you off, collect you, so they can get money out of you. Because clearly, it's the setup we have at the end of the day, we're easy going to make a lot of money off you guys. Because we got the number one troll. The number one troll went out and spread all these rumors about us, which will keep us funded with your money for years to come. I can do anything. I can make money off you guys for freaking the computer bills we build, even the cardboard bills. I can get you on all that. I got 2 channels right now I'm collecting you on. I got the other channel I'm collecting trolls on. I got this one we're collecting trolls on. Y'all constantly hit the other channel like crazy, man. That's where we got the most money from. We got it from you guys. We're recording your handles. So there's a camera sitting there recording when you guys come in and everything you say. Now, if you say I hate you, blah, 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 you can't get anybody on that. But if you're putting out there saying I'm a scammer, rip-off artist, and you're coming there with YouTube handles that have anything to do with my company's name or my name, I got you in court. I can see you. That's $12,000 a pop if I take it slow. But because there's involving medical issues involved in this with that SPTD, whatever it is, that I've been diagnosed with, we can get you for $500,000 now. Because I got a doctor that will testify that the stress problems that came from you guys. And you know what that means, right? That means ka-ching, you got to pay me some more money. Now, if you went and did something where online, and you basically came and kept doing these over and over again, that falls into the line of harassment under cyber, which means in federal, it's 20 or 10 or 5 or whatever. But still, at the end of the day, you're going to get time. Time you can't afford to give up. Especially in a place where the numbers are much higher of you basically not existing, if you know what I mean, in a proper way of putting it. So you can be home in your apartment or home, you're in your house, and the chances of you not existing in there, you know, it's extremely low. But if you're in a bunkie and you're in an area where basically it's hostility, where anyone can walk into your cage and do away with you, then your numbers go up by a lot on how fast you can be taken off the earth. I mean, anywhere in that situation, whether it be washroom, whether it be outside in the yard, whether it be anywhere, you can be taken out. Where if you go outside in your backyard, the odds of someone taking you out, you know, it's not going to really happen, you know what I mean? Or going out to your car or something like that, you know, it's just rare. But out there in that area, in that particular situation, no, the numbers go up by a lot. So most people sit there and say, I only got 1 year. Some people don't even make it to 1 year. I've seen people going there, don't make it the first day. What happened to so-and-so? So they got them in the showers. Ooh. Wrong place, wrong person, bumped into the wrong guy, or what happened. But anyway, it didn't last long. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, people are going to collect you guys. You guys are money. You're basically not trolls. You're basically opportunity for money. So you're easy money at the end of the day. And that's what I realized. I realized that, and I said, man, when a woman said that you don't have to go there, you can come here, I was like, this is an opportunity that's interesting. I said, well, what we have to do is just come here, file, just send them a letter. If you want, you can pay for your own process server, and they got to come here. If you don't show, you default. So, with that being said, I'm thinking now, I can make money off of this. I'll just take it to court and just sue you. And then other people are going to do it. They're going to say, if my buddy sat there and said, man, I wish I had as many trolls as you, I can get some extra money out of this. Yeah, you're worth money now. So people are deliberately going to set up rooms to get you into, to get you upset, to get you angry, to take your stuff from you. You now, troll, have an even worse troll now hunting you. Us, on the other hand, we're just getting you because you did dumb stuff. You did a lot of dumb stuff. But them, on the other hand, they're deliberately going to do this to you to trigger you off. To collect you. Because your money. Now, say you go in someone's room and they're talking about boats, right? And they say certain things that they know is going to trigger you big time. Especially if they had confrontation with you before, they're going to definitely mess with you now. Now, they can say certain keywords over and over again that knows that you trigger off. And you'll go in there and you start ranting and screaming and yelling and carrying on and calling them scammers and rip-off artists and whatever. Then you start bombarding their email account. They got you. They got you that quick. They got you. And if you think because you're on a fake account you can't be found, oh no, I told you about the whole story about that one. Oh heck no. They're going to get a lawyer involved in this, and the lawyer is going to hire someone cyber investigator. It's going to go in and they're going to get a subpoena for YouTube to get access to your IP. They're going to get a subpoena for Google to get access to the email that's designed to make the IP, make the YouTube account, and then they're going to trace that all the way back to your internet provider, which has all your information in there. Even though when you cut the account, all your information's in there, and they're going to subpoena them because it's for court, and they're going to give up your first name, last name, all your credit card information, your address, where you're at, all your stuff, your passwords, everything. They're going to have it all, and they're going to take all that back and take it before the lawyer, and the lawyer is going to start filing a lawsuit against you. Because now he knows where you live at, he knows where you work, has all your information. They're good to go. And now they got the evidence of you going into this person's room, screaming and calling them psycho and blah, 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 and harassing them. They can also go in and they can show how many times your IP address hit that account over and over and over again. So it shows you a healthy amount of times you hit the account, which shows you now can be hit with cyber stalking. Then you went to the email account and you started cursing them out an email. And if you did some other dumb stuff behind that, they'll get you on that one too. So now this person's got a paycheck. Because now at the end of the day, he's going to go and he's going to sue you in small claims court, or he can make it even rougher. You go to civil, get you for 50, get you 80,000, 150,000, and so forth. He got money out of you. Now he's figured at the end of the day, I got one. How can I get more? You guys just introduced a whole different new type of troll. And this troll's smart. This troll doesn't do the dumb stuff you do at the end of the day. This troll doesn't go to other sites and do what you do. Because he's suing you and he doesn't want to get sued himself. So he knows not to cross certain boundaries. But he knows that you will cross it and he will get paid off you. That's what you just brought in. So now you guys are going to be hunted for money. Because when I heard my buddy say, I wish I had trolls like you, I can use some extra money. That massage chair I want cost $12,000. I got to take somebody to court. We can sue you for 12 grand, or I can take it to court and just sue you for straight 50. I think we can do 50 grand. You got 50 grand, you can afford it. So with that being said, I'm going to buy that chair and a couple other things to buy on top of that. Now, most people keep in mind, once you get the lawsuit money, once you get the judgment, you got to go through something called execution of judgment. You can go that way, which means you have to fill out some forms and some stuff, you have to pay a little extra money, and then you'll get a debt collector to get your stuff. Or you can go to some places that will buy your judgment, which means they'll take a little bit of money out. So if you get 12,000, they may take 1,500 out. They may make 2 grand. Who cares? You're getting 10 grand straight cash in your hand without waiting. Because mind you, when they take your stuff and they auction it off, you still have to wait for everything to be sold to get your money. Then they take taxes and fees and all that stuff out of that. But with this, on the other hand, they just buy your judgment right from the door. So they get a cool 10 grand in your pocket. You're like, I'm going to go buy something, when they can go and get their money out of you. And I'm pretty sure they collect the interest. I'm pretty sure that's probably part of the deal. Which I don't care at the end of the day, as long as I get my money. And I can go spend it right away. I can go someplace and have it in my hand instead of waiting for this stuff to get sold so I can get my money. Which could take months. And with this, I can just get it right away. But meanwhile, for the person who thinks at the end of the day it's going to take months, you still can't access your own money. Because your banking accounts are frozen. They'll freeze your banking account, credit card, all that stuff will be done. Credit score to be ripped up. Your bank will be contacted if you're getting like a loan from the bank or paying mortgage. Like saying, hey, look, we just found out you got sued for this amount of money you lost in court. So this is what we're going to have to do. You're considered to be a risk to our bank. So we're going to have to basically foreclose on your house or cut your loan or wherever they're going to freeze, whatever, and you're going to be screwed. So it's not going to be great for you. I've got 2 debt collectors. These guys are going to be right on top of it. If you're getting the extra money, getting the heritage, they're going to know about it. And bring you into court, and you're going to have to pay up that money. They're going to probably turn around facing a lawsuit against you. How would they do it? But at the end of the day, that's your problem, not mine. Look at that. White levels. So yeah, you brought in a new type of troll, a smart version, a smart troll. He's not gonna do what you do. He's not, because he already knows the consequences of getting sued because he sued you, sued other people. He's not going down that road, but he is gonna beckon you to do something dumb, to a point where basically he knows he can basically say certain keywords to get you to trigger. I do it all the time. There's certain keywords I can say, I watch them trigger. And y'all will every single time. You'll trigger every single time. Every single time. Paycheck. And the thing about Mr. Williams that makes his such beautiful, because he was attached to a building when he did it. And the people knew in the building what he was doing. Oh my goodness, $10 million. How much money that is? $10 million. When they came back and told me, they said, you're consuming the city, by the way. That city we're hitting. He was like, $10 million. I was like, sheesh. He's like, that's open and shut, Mr. Bird, because you documented everything. Good thing I'm a person who documents stuff, right? $10 million. I wouldn't even know what to do. Or I know one thing, I'm getting that truck. But other than that, the rest of it's like, woo, man. And we're not even done. Because now we still got another 200-something trolls we got to take to court and sue, including his landlord's building. We got to sue him for the dumb nonsense that went on in there. Man, we just got, man, I'm telling you, trolls is the best way to go. I could literally quit my business and just make money off you guys. Oh, which I should have did a long time ago. See, if I had known where they told me that I can basically just bring y'all here, I'm thinking we got to fly over there and I had to get airline tickets and blah, 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 another bull crap I had to go through. But now, since I know it's here, oh man, I can't be just making money off you guys. I can just leave this business alone, just make money off you guys. Because technically, we're just going to use your money to sue other people. We ripped 10 grand out of him. I'm going to use that to sue you guys with your own money. Which is funny. I'm using troll money to sue other trolls. And then later on, we get that capital from that building. I'm going to go on and hire some people. I'm going to hire some private investigators, some cyber investigators, bounty hunters, a bunch of lawyers. I'm going to start my own little firm called Paid by Trolls. Because everything we have is paid by you guys. And since this guy, Jamie, is the one who planted the seed, which is going to take the most time, who planted the seed for us to get paid forever. Because you guys are so passionate, you're easy to get. I can literally open up something right now on the other line and say at the end of the day, probably I can't say it now because they're on alert. But I get you guys probably like a month from now, and I say something in there, you guys will trigger like crazy. Open up a room. Don't you know the strategy? You guys were actually being, put this word for word, herding cattle is a better way of putting it. So we lock every single room over there, every single one. And we know you guys at the end of the day got to view your opinion, right? So what we do is we open up 2 rooms, knowing you're going to flood those rooms. All the other ones are locked. So now you're going to jump in and scream, carry on, act up, and the camera's going to be recording everything you're doing. Herding cattle. That's pretty much what you are. So we basically go in and lock every single room, and that goes on for month after month, and then we put on a big topic about something, and we leave the room open. And here you guys come in. I got 20 people in the room. 20 people considered if we could take it at $12,000. And you guys get so mad and upset because all that anger is built up. You're unleashing it in a room that's open because you figure you can do whatever you want. And you believe at the end of the day that you can't be traced back. That's another thing that guarantees we get paid. The fact that you believe that your IP can't be traced through a YouTube or Google account. Because you have a fake account. Because you have a fake email. Because you put in false information. It doesn't change the fact of the IP. Good gracious. And you did it on a public, and if you used a VPN, you still would have been caught. If you use Wi-Fi, you still would have been caught. I said it changes nothing. But that's all we have to do. Now I'll forget about this conversation, and we'll go back in the other room. We'll lock all the rooms together we've been doing, and you guys will get all frustrated, angry, and upset, herding cattle. If every single door is locked for a cow to push through with his herd, he's just going to keep pushing to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And when that one's open up, they're going to fill it up. You guys are herds. I think our black screen paint is the best screen paint on the market. I think it's more advanced than anybody else. I think we can back our products up where these trolls at the end of the day can't even make a decent product that saves their soul. Your stuff is completely garbage, which is true because we tested your stuff is garbage. Lock every room. You'll just be furious and upset. Let me just unlock one. Here you come. Boom, 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 boom. Paycheck, 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 paycheck. Now, entering the room can get you in trouble? No. But what you said in the room will. And you will say it. You'll come in that room with tags that are related to my company and my name, and I got you that quick. And pretty soon, you don't know what room to go into or what to say because you never know. Someone's got a camera sitting there that's recording, or someone's in there watching the room. Get paid off you. Hey, troll, new era. You're getting hunted. Paid by trolls. I'm going to do promo commercials, everything. Get yourself a nice truck, new home, money in your bank account, and the trolls will pay for it all. Yep. If you decide that you skip any criminal charges up against you, I'm going to hire a bounty hunter to come get you, and I'm also going to put money on your head. Reward, $10,000 reward for information on whereabouts. That can make your life really rough. Paid by trolls. Today I need a new boat. I need 4 trolls to get my boat. And trolls are currency, your money. You're better than bottle caps at freaking Fallout. Your currency, your money. Somebody sat there and said, I wish I had 4 trolls. I got trolls for days. You know how many trolls? I accumulate trolls. You guys are going to be paid so much money. Thank you, Fernando. I appreciate that. See, Fernando, see the beautiful thing about this is I can take my technology and I can back it up offline anywhere. Anywhere. And make money offline, make money online, and then turn around and crush you trolls in court and make money off y'all. That's what a good businessman does. Turn a situation like that into a business and make money off of you. And you will pay the very troll that came in talking on the trash. You will pay for my lifestyle and you will pay for my company without me taking anything out of the expenses of my business accounts for that technology. There you go, see? And the reason why we'll continue to get paid, you can't stop yourself. You're the worst enemy. I watch you guys self-destruct on so many levels. I learned something in the timeline of testing against you every single day. Did you just hear what I said? Testing against you every single day. That you literally cannot stop yourself. Which means you continue to do destructive nature, which means I will continue to make money off you. All right. I had fun here. This has been fun. 1,000 lumen display swap out. Explaining to the trolls why we're going to make a lot of money off y'all. Paid by trolls. I'm going to get some merch. Paid by trolls. 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 So all you YouTubers out there, if you got trolls, get paid. Take them to court. Sue them. Make sure you document everything they do. Keep those cameras in front of your phone. Get a second camera. Put it in front of your phone. Record those chat rooms. Record everything. Screenshot everything. Lock it in. And if they feel at the end of the day they can't be found, get yourself something called a cyber investigator. These are the same people who track down deadbeat fathers and mothers. People don't want to be found. That's their job. Hire one of them. Trust me, it's worth the investment. Definitely is. As for trolls, well, keep on paying us. Thank you so much. Oh, freaking loving this. I'm loving this technology. The Apex, the ultimate screen. Especially when we talk about a technology being the mother of all screens, they get triggered quick. There's certain keywords we say. When we say the screen's the mother of all screens, it triggers y'all. The Imperia, the most superior screen paint in the world. It triggers them quick. And be like, oh, you think so, huh? They got you that quick. Watch yourself. You lose your temper and you carry on. Remember, you will lose the very things that you hold dear to your home, your business, your money. You will lose all that. These things have batch numbers sitting on top. You can't get around these things. Even PayPal realized that. When that guy came over and basically we won the first one, and then PayPal came in and we sent them the batch and they never saw it. And then they basically put the money back in his account. And then we went back to PayPal and said, no, this is a batch number verification, so the product was tested. PayPal put that money in my account, back in my account out of their payment, because we could report and sue them for it. They knew it. We could back that product up. They didn't know our stuff was a batch number. And we explained to them how we do it. They were like, we should start requiring that. Yes, you should. You start requiring anyone who wants to sell has to have batch number verification. This is why this keeps it great for the consumer, so the consumer doesn't get ripped off. Also great, fantastic for the merchant, just in case the consumer tries to rip him off. He can back it. All right. What do we got for time now? Because I got to go do something. We're at 8:52. Huh. You know, it's funny. I never need glasses at all. I can actually read that from way over there. And I wanted glasses too, which is strange. Everybody in my family got glasses. I'm the only one who can get. I got 20/20. It's nice to have 20/20, but still want glasses. But I can still wear these, my glasses. All right. With that being said, I did as I said I was going to do. If you're interested in our product, the most amazing product in the world, go and check out our website. Check out the many demonstrations and test demonstrations that we do that no one else has been able to match. And as you can see by our demonstrations, they are unstoppable. They are unstoppable, by the way. All right, we got to go. Thank you for your time. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology. If it weren't for Him, none of this would be possible. Thank you for your time, and God bless.